Hey Dolly friends, it's me Holly. Welcome to my channel, and today is the long-awaited doll show haul video. As many of you know, this spring is kind of a heavy doll show season for me, which I love. So I went to a doll show that my club put on. So this is a haul from that show, and then the following weekend I went to a show up in Portland, Oregon. This is also a haul from that show as well. Some of the stuff you see here, I'm not gonna fully show you. That has to be a separate video because it's just so much. Let's dive on in, and the first thing I'm going to talk about is pretty much the first thing I purchased at the show, the setup day, which I've already posted that video. You can guys go check that out at this link and watch that video of the first show my club did. To get to it, I was walking along and I noticed this beautiful Felicity that was out on display. I just commented to the lady that she was a beautiful Felicity, and she said, well, she's a Pleasant Company Felicity. And I was like, oh wow, a Pleasant Company in that kind of condition, that's amazing. So I took a little closer look. I don't think she's like a first edition or anything, but you see her little neck thing there, Pleasant Company, and her outfit was beautiful. She still had her shoes. But the thing that I'm sitting there looking at this Felicity, admiring how pretty she was and all that, and the lady just kind of continued listing all the other Pleasant Company things she had. Clothes and outfits, Pleasant Company meat outfits. She had a second meat outfit for Felicity that was a slightly different hue of color, so it was obviously a different edition. She had a meat outfit for Addie on this beautiful dress form. Anyway, she kept listing all this stuff off and showing me baggies of shoes, and I was like, you know, I don't really collect in my mind, I'm thinking I don't really collect American Girl, so I'm not gonna probably buy any of it. But then she deals the price, you guys. Like, I about fell over. All the Pleasant Company stuff, original Pleasant Company meat outfits, Felicity, 2 Pleasant Company Truly Me dolls, or Just Like You dolls. They're Just Like You dolls for, get this, $100. $100 for all of it. That whole tub that you see before you right now is what I gave her an extra $5 for the tub because it was so much stuff. I couldn't. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna buy all this Pleasant Company stuff. I mean, I have Samantha, all these meat outfits that she had, like I have the dolls for. Well, I didn't have an Addie. I actually bought the Addie dress with the dress form. She threw in the dress form. And then at the Portland show, someone was selling this Addie. The booth next to us was selling this Pleasant Company Addie for like, I got her for $35. Her hair is incredible. I have an old Pleasant Company Addie that I had to modernize because her hair was so bad. I mean, look at, I was just like, well, now I need an Addie, and there she was at the Portland show the very following weekend. So those are my 2 American Girls. The tub is going to be a separate video. And actually, I just realized there's another doll in there that is not an American Girl that I need to get out for my display here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pause a little bit right now to shift some things because I just want you to know I got a ton of American Girl stuff at the show, and that's gonna be a separate video because it needs to be, to really give it the justice that it requires. So stay tuned while I do some shifting around, and we'll get to the rest of the goodies. Okay, so I shifted everything around and got the other doll out. As you might notice, I've added another doll. And I'll be honest, I did not intend for the dolls to coordinate as well as they do, but they surely do, don't they? And that was completely unintentional on my part. Perhaps I just enjoy blue. I think I'm gonna tell you about each of the dolls first, and then I'm gonna go through all the clothes. I have a mountain of clothes that I was able to get for Smart Doll, and I am just giddy with some of these things I got for so cheap, you guys. I just can't even. Okay, first I'll start with the obviously unique doll of all of these, my little baby. So this little guy, he is, okay, so the name on the back of his head says Yolanda Heimer, I guess. He is just a big sandy bottom baby that's really heavy and adorable. And I just kind of, I don't collect babies, but he just caught my eye with his little sandy bottom and his cute little face. He was actually wearing all white, which he still is. I got this little teddy bear sleeper after I got him. He has a variety of names. I first introduced him to Emma as Toby, her little brother, which of course she freaked out and was not happy about, but that was just a joke. Here's his little scalp. So I kind of call him like little Tommy Tilly. I don't know why. It just is what I call him every morning, but he's so cute. I just love him to pieces. And you can, this is a Heidi Ott 11 inch, 12 inch, I think. I think she's 12 inches. I don't really know like her name. I don't even know if the doll has an actual name. It just has instructions, please note, in English and in German. And she was wearing a totally different outfit, actually. This is an outfit I bought for some Tonner 10-inch dolls that was a little too big. I added the lace here and the bow, and I think I added the trim just to spice it up a little bit. This is a hat that went with a different porcelain doll that I think I got rid of. And then I braided her hair because it wasn't braided. I'll show you a photo. It's really interesting, actually. The inner workings of this doll, like the actual look of it when you take her clothes off, is a little disturbing. I'm not gonna lie, a little disturbing. But when she's dressed, she's darling. So this is my little Heidi Ott girl, and I just love her. She's so cute. She's so different than a lot of my other dolls. I mean, you can just see my range of collecting just in this video alone. My range of interest is vast. So the next doll, I'm gonna show you this Jean doll next. Now, I will admit, with the Jean doll and the stands, these make me appreciate, oh wow, there's like red paint all over her stand. Weird, I didn't even see that. But anyway, they make me appreciate the Smart Doll stands so much because they stay in place and they never fall out. And you're not wondering, where's the stand? Where did it go? It fell out and now she has nothing. And I have several doll friends, YouTube friends, Instagram friends, doll club ladies. They collect some Jean dolls and she really is a beautiful doll. The wardrobe of these dolls are just phenomenal. I mean, look at her beautiful midnight blue dress with the little sequins in it, painted nails on the hands, and then she came with this jewelry that coordinates that's just really beautiful. So I got her and I was pretty happy to get her. I'm gonna be putting her in my doll cabinet where I have some Ella Wilds and a Tyler Wentworth, and I feel like she's gonna fit in with that crowd pretty well, even though she's a bit shorter. But yeah, so that's my Jean doll. Now the very last doll I purchased, and literally it was the last doll, the Portland show was closing, vendors were cleaning up, and I went back to this booth and got this J doll. I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with J dolls. June Planning, same company who used to put out pull-up dolls before Groove took over. They produce these J dolls and they are on the same body as a pull-up of that generation. So I think it's like, maybe body style 2 or 3. I don't remember for sure, but I don't think it's a 1. Anyway, so the thing about J dolls, first of all, they're gorgeous. They have the inset eyes. I'm not gonna get into it a lot. I have 4 other J dolls, and my plan is to do an unboxing video of this girl and show you, kind of showcase the other 4. But the thought with the J dolls was each one was named and fashioned after a famous road in Europe, I believe. So she is Esplanade Cato, and I don't know what road that is. But she's one that I had been watching on eBay for a while, and these dolls in box especially go for quite a bit, and I was really thrilled to see her. She has kind of a Christmas vibe with her colors, but they're just beautiful. And I want you to notice too, and I'll show this more in the video. Can you even see it? Their stands have like a cobblestone as if it is an old road. So yeah, look forward to that video when I unbox her. And I think when I told the lady I was gonna unbox her, she was maybe a little horrified that I'm unboxing this doll when in mint, in box, they're worth quite a bit. But I told her that I buy my dolls because I wanna enjoy them, not because I wanna save them and resell them. Like if I buy a doll, I'm going to take them out of the box and enjoy them. That's the point for me. And I feel like it's more fun that way because then I can actually enjoy the dolls and not keep them sacred and away. So that's the J doll, look forward to that. And now we're gonna get on to clothing. So you might be seeing my Natea back there. She, of course, is not someone I purchased at the doll show, but what she's wearing, the dress, the blue dress, is something I purchased. So I don't know if you remember a couple shows ago, I bought a couple of beautiful coral colored, peach colored formal dresses at this one booth. They were all handmade for American model dolls who are about 22 inches tall. Well, they fit pretty well. And so she was there again. And at the very start of the show, I went over to her and she had all of the dresses I didn't buy last time that I wish I would have. She had them all there again. And I was like, hey, last time when I bought 2 of your dresses, you were selling them half price. So at the beginning of the show, she was still listing them as the full prices before. And I said, would you still honor that sale half price? And she's like, sure, that's fine. So I went ahead looking through and I picked a few, and then I just decided, you know what? I'm just gonna buy them all because I have a ton of smart dolls now. Emma has a smart doll. And if one girl's gonna get dressed up, you better believe the rest of them wanna get dressed up. So right now, Natea is modeling the blue and black. She has a hair clip thingy that I turned into a bit of a hat. The shawl that she's wearing is actually 2 lace wrist cuffs that I use for all sorts of fun things. And then I also wanted to point out her necklace here. There was a lady selling a whole bunch of doll necklaces that she had made with her club. So she has a darker blue stone. And then just to show you, here's the wrist cuffs I just clipped in the back to make the shawl. Now, a quick thing to note on this dress, and I'll show you the other dresses soon, is the bust is a tiny bit big for the regular bust, the regular smart doll bust. So if you have like a medium bust, I think it'll fit perfectly. So again, these are all handmade. So I got this cream one with a waist trim, this beautiful, it's a black, like Asian inspired brocade, and it has a tiny bit of a high-low on the skirt. This one's gonna be gorgeous. I love it. I'm probably gonna put it on Starling. A green one, and they all pretty much have the same style. And it has gold trim on the bottom and the top. This green one, a brighter green, and it has the gold trim on the top, but nothing on the bottom. I think some of these are actually made out of like upholstery or curtains even. So here is kind of a sage green, really, really pretty, kind of simple. And I don't mind simple because I accessorize, as you all know. Just a beautiful red with a black trim on just the top, so only a top trim. And then lastly, another ivory one, but with a trim on the top rather than the waist. And they're so nicely done. They all have a snap closure, and they all do have a space perfect for a smart doll stand, partly because American models would have a stand also, so they made allowances for that. Now at that same booth, she was selling some other things she handmade, and so I got these really pretty like jackets, business jackets. And I know like what smart doll's gonna dress professionally, but sometimes I like to go, and this one came with a purse. I like to have thematic attire for different eras. So if I wanted to go for 1920s or 1930s, I like to have options to turn that, or kind of like a retro 30s in a cyberpunk world. I could totally work with that. And here's another coat. It's kind of a peachy coral color. Something I could maybe combine with some of the dresses. And then this piece is, so it's a purple jacket with a pencil skirt. This one I'm pretty sure will fit, but most of the dresses, as you know, as you can see, have kind of that open end at the waist, so the hips don't matter. So this is gonna be interesting to see how this might actually come into play. And then this one also has a coordinating handbag with a metal like flower or leaf decoration that matches the hooking system on it. So this is gonna be a fun one. This is totally one I would work into like a 1930s vibe, get her the right kind of hat with feather. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. Then my friend Becky, who's also part of my club, she had made these skirts for her American Girl dolls that she was selling. And as you know, I'm not afraid of making American Girl stuff fit my smart dolls. And the length of these, as you can see, the lengths are pretty good. They would be shorter on a smart doll, but I think a really great length, a fun, flirty length, if I want to do a fairy or ballerina or just something really, really playful. And the fabric, of course, really lends to that. Another thing I purchased, I got this really cool corset, and it's a little big, but as a, it doesn't have, oh yeah, I forgot, I got a corset and these fun little like pantaloons. Look at these things. These are like $1 for this. Can't even get over that. And then this corset, it doesn't have any snaps on it, which is actually pretty beneficial because then I can go in and alter it with my own snaps or laces or whatever I want. But here's the front, and it's kind of like this mauvey pink, but quite honestly, it could be easily applied to a purple or a pink, and the eye will just let it match. So if I wanted to do, say, this, look at that. It's perfect. All we need are some little fairy wings and she's ready to go dance in the sugar plum fairy all around, right? So I love it. Lots of versatility there. I'm gonna show you the rest of the jewelry that went with the dresses I bought. So I bought this fun little like hair crown that I thought would be perfect. I don't have anyone that can wear it right now, but just stick that right on the head and it's perfect for when I'm doing some of my dressy, more like mythical character type dress ups. So that's fun. And that was 50 cents. 50 cents for that. And this little box that has all these little necklaces in it. She had them displayed beautifully too, with little pins on this velvet backdrop. But there's a variety of colors and they all have little pendants, tiny little pendants. This beautiful green emerald one. And then this, it's black with just a red jewel. And they're so small, they're perfect scale. And then there's another blue one. I really went back and forth on this blue one for what Natea was wearing. But this one was a little bit darker blue beads for the necklace. Purple one, here's the necklace with the jewel. And each of the pendants are a slightly different shape too, which I just loved it. She was pretty thrilled when I bought so many. It was like 2 for $5 or something. 2 for $5. Can you believe it? This one I love. This one can be used for like a lot. I mean, they can all be used for a lot, but I love this black, like a choker style. And they all have these closures, these lobster claw closures. So they're so well made. And then the final one is more of a light green. Now for the fancy stuff that I just can't get over. The first one I'm gonna show you, I think it's the first one I noticed. These are all 4 BJDs, these particular pieces. So I got this beautiful, like a cloak with a hood. And then it has this, I don't know if it's a scarf that goes on the neck or if it's like part of the hood. I haven't figured out and I haven't tried it on anybody yet, but this is for Beatrix, my mage girl whose main color is purple. But if you can see her sleeves here, the attention to detail. And then there's this other material here on the waist and it has this uneven waist. So if you can see how it hangs down and then there's a gather on one side. Here's the back. With it came this silver lace-up top with long sleeves with snaps. And then one of the sleeves has this tie. I guess I'm supposed to tie it around the wrist or it hangs low. I'm not sure. So that was kind of what started me looking at this booth more closely. And then I just kind of made a killing. So hold on. Then the next outfit I bought was this skirt. She had this skirt for sale in like a tub of clothes wrapped in plastic, which is where I found the pantaloon. And I loved this style and the waist is incredibly adjustable with this cinch up here. So it would definitely fit one of my smart dolls. And I 100% thought of Ember, who's my steampunk girl. She's got to have some green because I just think green works well on her. Then on a dress form in the background, they had this outfit, which was a dress and a coat combination. And then we can even see it. I'll just show you the coat. So here's the coat. And I loved how it looked. And I thought perhaps with the right kind of corset, we could have something like this. I don't know, we'll see. And if I don't like that, then it actually came with a dress underneath, sleeveless. And then with that dress, it came with an underskirt. And so then we have this full outfit. I like the versatility of all the pieces. If I can use a piece of clothing in multiple outfits, I consider that a complete win and obviously worth a little more money than just a single-use outfit. Okay, and then the next piece I found, this one I think was like $5 or $10 and I adore it. She said it went to a larger piece with a bunch of other pieces and she just didn't have any of those anymore. So it's like this over jacket thing that's really long with this brown and iridescent blue. It doesn't actually button, even though it has buttons, there's no buttonholes, so it definitely goes over something. And again, this was something I thought of for Ember, my steampunk girl who is against all odds. This just says it has to be her. I'll need to probably find her a brown skirt. I don't think the green will work, but this was just a have to have, and it was such a good price, I couldn't believe it. And then the final outfit piece I got was this dress. So it's a full dress, here's the top. Very lacy and beautiful, so feminine. And then underneath it was this purple skirt. And I don't know if you put the skirt underneath it when you wear it, if it even came together originally. She was selling it together. And I actually thought, when I first spied this, that this could even work. You know, it's not a perfect match, but it's pretty close. And I thought that could be really pretty. Here's the back of this top piece. And I even thought maybe this top piece could work with that blue and brown piece I showed you, but I really feel like I have different ideas for that. But look at the sleeves. Just the delicate look of these sleeves. So pretty. I really love it. And I haven't really tried any of these clothes on. And there was one other set I bought from that booth, but it is for my smart doll guy who's coming. Yep, I bought a smart doll guy and I am super excited. He should get here in a little bit. By the time you guys see this video, I'll have him already, but the outfit pieces that I got at the show are for him, and I'm going to save those for when I do that video. Anyway, so that is actually all of my loot from the last 2 doll shows that I attended, which is far more than I normally get, to be perfectly honest. I don't usually buy so much at the shows, but this year it was just all right there for the picking. Good prices, things that I didn't intend to find, and I just found it was just too good to leave behind. I mean, probably the things that are the most surprising that I found. The J doll was very surprising to find a J doll. Me purchasing a baby doll is very surprising. It's not something that, I mean, I loved him as a kid, but it's not something that I purchase or collect now. Oh wait, I forgot one more thing. So I got this. This is American Girl, but it was from a different booth. And I got it for my Marvel NT, I named her Maria. So the first thing I saw was this long velvety dress. Now, American Girl items will fit Smart Doll plus sizes. But, you know, the issue you have really is the length. The length's always going to be a problem. But this is an extra long dress, and so I thought, hey, that's gonna work pretty well. But then sitting next to it was this really cute little jacket that I just thought was perfect to go with it. So I got this fun jacket to go with it. I'm not in love with the butterflies, so I might get some faux leather and just make some patches maybe on the elbows to kind of make it look a little more grown up. And they do, obviously it comes with shoes, but those are not gonna fit my smart dolls. And then that's everything. Yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you guys think of my collection, my haul here. What's your favorite find for me? And again, I will be recording that American Girl video later because there's just so much to go through. And I do think some of the items from that American Girl tub I will be selling. Some of the repeat clothing pieces that I already have, some of the Pleasant Company pieces, maybe even 1 or 2 of the Pleasant Company dolls. We'll kind of see. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. We will catch you the next time. Bye. So this is the drawer where I like to put all of my long dresses for Smart Doll. And apparently I have already exceeded its capacity with this newest purchase. So I'm gonna have to get Clever or Crayon, or both.
I didn't see it, I never knew. Turn to the stars for clues. I call the moon.